What if I told you in this video here, I'm gonna show you how you can take any photo that you've taken with a camera or iPhone and easily convert it into an oil painting. It only takes a few steps, and the best part is it's free to do. This also works not just with landscapes, but it works perfectly with portraits and still life. This is awesome, so stay tuned because here we go. All right, we're over at the computer, and while the action to convert your images to oil paintings is free, it does require you to use Photoshop. Once you have Photoshop installed and or updated to the newest version that allows you to use generative fill, which is an AI tool, we then want to go to the link that is listed down in the video description or you see on screen here. Once you've clicked on that link, it will take you to a page where you can download the generative fill painting action created by Russell Preston Brown. Simply download the link. Now, if you've never entered actions or loaded actions into Photoshop before, it's really easy to do. Make sure your actions window is active. Go to the top and click on actions. Now, wherever your actions tab loads to, you want to go to that and click on the 4 lines button, or commonly known as the hamburger button, and click on load actions. Now, wherever you downloaded that generative painting fill action to, all you need to do is just simply click on that and load it into Photoshop. Once all of your actions are loaded into the action tab, you'll notice you have 4 stylized actions. One for watercolor, oil painting, pencil sketch, and cartoon vector illustration. Feel free to play around with the other 3 on your own time, but for this tutorial here, we're only going to concentrate on the oil painting action. Once you have loaded in your original image that you want to convert over to an oil painting, click on the oil painting action, then click on the play button. Now, depending on how beefy and fast your computer's GPU and CPU is, this action can take a little bit of time. I'm going to speed it up here on my side for you all, but in the meantime, I'm going to explain in very, very basic terms what this action is achieving. The action is going to create 5 different versions of your original image with a generative fill layer integrated with it that has the action command of oil painting. And it's going to create all these different versions of your original image with that oil painting action, and it does it within different opacities, which means it's going to have 40% or 50% or 60% or 70% or 80% of the original image, showing that you can click on and off, and within each version of those image layers that it's creating, it's also giving you 3 variables that you can click and toggle in between to see which one is best for you. I know, sounds confusing, right? But you don't have to worry about any of that stuff because the action basically just does everything for you. Now, from here, it's up to you to decide on which oil generated images are going to work best for you and your needs. I recommend go through all the different percentages of original images and also cycle through the variations to see which ones will work best for you. If there's something that comes close or you want to see another variation of an image that was generated for you, you can actually regenerate again and it'll give you more examples. You can also add in more prompts, but we'll talk more about that in just a moment. Now, let's just say you like 2 images, one for the background and perhaps one for the foreground. Well, then I recommend you use those 2 images and use masking layers to paint in what you want, because maybe you want less detail in the background and you want more detail in the foreground. That's what makes this tool so powerful, is you don't have to be stuck with just one. You can pick and choose between multiple images and use mask layers to paint in what you need. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, you can use this tool to generate AI art. However, I think this tool is better used as an assistance tool for artists that are just starting out, that take photos and use them as references and struggle on how to paint those reference photos into a painting. This is great to give you some direction or experiment or create a template so that way you don't waste paint. You can generate some images, see how it would look, and then give you a visual on when you have to paint yours the traditional or wet on wet way. This is a great tool that I recommend all painters have. Let's take a quick moment to talk about the prompts used. This action only uses oil painting, and to be honest, I think it's the best one. You can make changes and add other things into the prompts, but you need to know that there are limitations to it, but I'm sure this will improve over time. You also have to remember there are certain restrictions. You can't use this with nudity, and you can't use it on intellectual property and copyrighted material. This action is so cool, and I think it's a great tool for any painter out there Plus you have all the variations like watercolor and that sketch art that you can do, and there might be more in the future, so keep an eye out on it. Now, if you're getting a result that you're not happy with, or you want some variation in between 1 and 99% of the original image, you can do this process manually. In fact, that's generally what I do. And if you want me to walk you through that process, because it's not that hard, but there are a few steps, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see what I can do to make a video on that for you. If you want to learn anything more about oil painting or how to become a better artist, check out some of the videos over to my side where you can see more of my beautiful face helping you become a better artist. I'll see you all later. Take care, and of course, peace.